The popular girl has a fateful encounter and falls in love with the class loner slash reject slash loser. It's a romance anime and manga formula that's been done 1,000 times over, so it shouldn't be much of a surprise to you, the viewer, to know that we'll be covering an anime quite a bit like that in this video. So enter the anime. Dealing with the Mikadono sisters is a breeze. And just before we go any further, I would like to ask you to hit the like button because the algorithm needs it. Do it, or I'll steal your dog. Alright, here we go. Yu Ayase is the orphaned son of a formerly prestigious actress who, evidently by the term orphaned, passed away and left her son to be taken in by a family she was fairly acquainted with. But in spite of the fact that he was born to one of the greatest actors of her time, Yu inherited none of that talent. A fact that he is actually painfully aware of. So with nothing but the good looks he got from his mother, and the lingering regret of not trying to be a family while he could, he joins a prestigious high school where he comes to live with the school's top 3 students, the Mikadono sisters. Kazuki, a popular actress, Miwa, a very intelligent shogi champion, and Nico, an athletic girl proficient in martial arts. Now for something that I thought was going to be what the kids these days would call generic harem slop, I really liked a lot of what this show did to try and distinguish itself. While it's not exactly creative in the basic ideas that I outlined previously, it's important to state that writing is a lot like cooking in the sense that everyone will start out with the same basic ingredients, i.e. tropes, but the skilled will know how best to prepare and utilize them. So starting with Yu himself, they do the whole useless act in a way that's much better than the stereotypical loser romance protagonist. The first thing of note is that Yu is absolutely aware of the fact that he kinda sucks at everything, but isn't a total downer about it all the time. So while he may completely suck at all 3 points in which he'd have to contend with the girls he now lives with, he keeps a positive attitude and uses the few actual strengths he does have to prove his worth. Where he shines is his attention to everything and everyone. While he may not be as smart, athletic, or talented as the 3 sisters, no woman can resist a man who would cook them a specialized meal tailored specifically to their needs. So Yu kinda ends up being more than the usual loser. He's very positive, always making an effort regardless of how much he knows he sucks, and has genuine strong points that fit well into the story and make him a good protagonist. Of course, the 3 sisters are just as well endearing. Even if they can be very harsh at times, they still show a lot of endearing qualities and the capacity to appreciate Yu for the role he's starting to play in their lives. They seem to come off as harsh at first, but you'll quickly learn that they are dedicated to the object of their passion, be it sports, acting, or scholarly pursuits, and that is why they appear to be very harsh towards him. But the real kicker for me on this show, the thing that really drives home to me how much I actually do like it, is the very family-oriented message contained in all of this. Yu is someone looking to build a happy family out of his new home, while the 3 girls are largely giving up on the idea of being able to have any sort of familial bonds, and have thrown themselves wholeheartedly into their pursuits. This doesn't mean that they seem to be opposed to them. There actually is some evidence that they feel like they miss that family bond. It's just that they've long given up on them and have forgotten how important family can really be. And Yu, being the one to make every attempt to try and bring them all back together and add one more fulfilling thing to their lives, is something that I think is very wholesome and much needed in a world where people consistently complain about horse girls having families. To sum it all up, I liked it a whole lot more than I thought I would. Our main character will finally get the family he always wanted, while becoming an emotional pillar for the isolated girls of the Mikadono household. All while the girls prove to be more easily charmed by the boy than you would expect. Another point of interest is that the show's sense of humor is a good accent to all the happenings that it covers. It maintains a healthy dose of comedy that I think makes the whole thing work just that much better, while also highlighting everyone's strengths and weakness. It makes good use of instances like Yu sneaking carrots into Kazuki's meals, knowing that she hates them. Jokes about the girls already having a bit of a crush on him after only a short period of time of them living together, and more. As I said previously, writing is like cooking, and this one has done a good job of blending all its elements together in a way that is incredibly appealing. While some moments may seem cliche, take for instance Nico's complex about her supposed boyishness, they still manage to come off on the right foot as they've been worked into the story in a way that seems to make sense. So this surprising little gem of a harem rom-com has made a good place for itself on the upper end of my list for the seasonal animes. And remember, like, subscribe, all that stuff, or I'll steal your dog. Later.